The Silent Compass, Navigating the Heart's True North, Carl Jung. In the windswept coastal town of Tidehaven, where the sea roared against jagged cliffs and the air carried the tang of salt, lived Liora, a 33-year-old navigator whose charts guided ships through treacherous waters with unmatched precision. Her workshop, Seachart Haven, was a haven of parchment and sextants, its walls adorned with maps of distant shores and starlit skies, each a testament to her skill. Liora's eyes held a steady gaze, her hands steady on her tools, yet beneath her competence lay a heart adrift, her true north lost since childhood, when her father, a stern captain, demanded obedience, and her mother, a dreamer of distant lands, faded into illness. She believed her purpose was in serving others, her shadow, a buried longing for freedom, pulling her off course, unnoticed. Her days were a tide of duty. Liora rose with the first light, her quill tracing routes for Tidehaven's fishermen and merchants, her work praised but hollow. She climbed the cliffs, compass in hand, plotting courses, her steps driven by responsibility, yet each return to Seachart Haven brought a quiet ache. The harbor, alive with the clamor of boats and voices, felt distant, her shadow whispering, "Your path isn't yours." Liora dreamed of a true north, a direction of her own, but felt it eluded her, her inner compass silent, her spirit yearning for a course she couldn't chart. One misty morning, as fog rolled over Tidehaven, a weathered sailor entered Seachart Haven, his coat dripping with seawater. He studied a star map, then left a tarnished compass etched with cryptic runes, its needle still. Inside its lid, a note read, "Your north lies within, Jung." Liora, who had once encountered Jung's ideas in a shipwrecked crate, felt a stir of recognition. She opened the compass's hidden compartment, finding a journal with Jung's teachings on individuation, the shadow, and finding one's true path through inner alignment. The journal became her guide. That night, Liora dreamed of a stormy sea split by a whirlpool, one side calm with a guiding star, ships, waves, a serene face, the other chaotic, strewn with broken charts and a shadowy figure with her own restless eyes. "You've lost me," it murmured, its voice a wave's sigh. She woke, heart pounding, and read Jung's words, "The shadow holds your true self, navigate it." Her shadow, she realized, was her suppressed desire for freedom, buried under her father's commands, a barrier to her true north. The journal suggested that the one thing to navigate her heart's true path was to confront and integrate this silent compass, a journey she now resolved to undertake. Liora began with trepidation. First, she revisited her craft, charting a map of her inner sea, her father's orders, her mother's dreams, her hands shaking, a faint direction stirring as she faced her past. Jung's guidance on individuation urged her to align with her whole self. Tidehaven sailors, sensing her shift, offered quiet support, a tentative bond forming. Second, she meditated on her dream, seeing the figure offer a sextant, saying, "Guide us." She woke, plotting a personal course, her focus sharpening, north flickering. Third, she confronted her shadow, writing to her younger self, forgiving her father's rigidity and her mother's absence, her chest easing as regret dissolved. Fourth, she shared her journey, hosting a navigation circle, her maps inspiring the town, their trust a mirror of her growth. Her dreams evolved. In the sea, the whirlpool calmed, the figure merging with her, holding a radiant compass. "You are your north," it said. Liora woke, embracing her anima, her inner feminine intuition, navigating with empathy, and her animus, her inner masculine resolve, facing her fears. She channeled the archetype of the navigator, charting new horizons, and the seeker, exploring her soul. Seachart Haven buzzed, maps sold, circles filled, meals shared with friends. A reserved cartographer, Torin, whose solitude echoed hers, joined her circles, his gentle insight a balm, his respect a sign of her emerging direction. Shadows lingered. One stormy night, Liora dreamed of the sea flooding, the figure drowning, a voice roaring, "Your north will sink." She woke, doubting, her hands clutching the journal. She sought Kael, a lighthouse keeper versed in Jung, who said, "Integration spirals, face the fear again." In meditation, Liora asked, "What do you need?" "Faith," it replied, the sea stabilizing as she accepted her doubts. Her resolve grew, expanding her circles, teaching Tidehaven to find their north. Tidehaven transformed. Liora adorned Seachart Haven with star maps and golden compasses, symbols of her journey, her workshop a hub of direction. Her movement grew, with Torin and others thriving by seeking their paths, shifting from duty to purpose. One crisp dawn, a traveler, her cloak salt-stained, entered seeking guidance, her eyes lost. Liora welcomed her, saying, "Your north begins here," guiding with the journal, feeling Jung's truth. The one thing for the heart's true path is navigating the silent compass, a lesson to steer all souls. The tarnished compass remained on her shelf, its needle now steady, its pages worn but radiant, a beacon for seekers. As months unfolded, Liora and Torin's bond deepened, their shared evenings by the map table blending charts and dreams, his sketches complementing her maps. Torin revealed his own journey of suppressed exploration, drawn to Tidehaven by a dream of a guiding star, synchronicity at play. Together, they transformed Seachart Haven into a navigation school, its walls a gallery of their integrated spirits, attracting those seeking direction. The town flourished. Kael initiated a youth navigation program, teaching the next generation to chart their inner courses, his lessons filling Tidehaven with hope. Torin crafted star charts infused with Liora's compass etchings, their glow a symbol of guidance, funding community voyages. Liora noticed a shift, waves calmed, stars shone brighter, as if Tidehaven mirrored her inner north. One summer, as tides rose like promises, a ship arrived, led by a man named Soren, his face etched with a life adrift. He spoke of a dream whirlpool, leaving him lost. Liora invited him into Seachart Haven, sharing the journal's wisdom, guiding him to rediscover sailing. Over weeks, Soren's hands, once idle, steered with purpose, his eyes brightening as he met a kind fisher, Mara, their bond a testament to his growth. Tidehaven celebrated with a festival of stars and seas, maps hung alongside charts, a celebration of navigated lives. Children danced, their joy weaving through the air, while elders shared tales of finding their north, each story a thread in the town's renewal. Liora and Torin led a ceremony, lighting a central beacon symbolizing the heart's true path, its light casting shadows in harmony. Years passed, and Seachart Haven evolved into a sanctuary of direction, its walls adorned with star maps, a testament to Liora's journey. She and Torin, now partners, trained a council of navigators, spreading the lesson of inner guidance. Soren and Mara, now community leaders, opened a sailing school, their voyages sustaining Tidehaven's growth. One winter's night, as snow dusted the cliffs, a young woman stumbled in, her cloak heavy with frost, her voice silent from aimlessness. She carried a compass, its lid tarnished, seeking Liora's wisdom. Named Selene, she spoke of a dream sea, her hands unused to charts. Liora recognized the echo, guiding her through the journal's lessons, watching her eyes brighten, dreams of a star, maps of purpose, restlessness to action, meeting a gentle sailor. Selene's revival sparked a cycle, reinvigorating the youth program. As Tidehaven's transformation deepened, new challenges emerged. A fierce storm battered the coast, damaging ships and scattering Liora's maps. The town turned to her, but her shadow resurfaced, fear of failure threatening to silence her compass. She meditated, facing the whirlpool again, its figure offering a broken sextant. "Repair me with trust," it said. Liora rallied the community, rebuilding with Torin's charts and Soren's sails, her faith restoring her north. The storm passed, leaving Tidehaven stronger, its people united by her resilience. Word of Tidehaven's awakening spread beyond the coast. Travelers from distant ports, merchants, poets, healers, arrived, drawn by dreams of a guiding star. Liora expanded Seachart Haven into a regional hub, hosting forums with diverse voices. A merchant, Idris, shared his shadow of greed, finding purpose in fair trade. A poet, Elara, rediscovered verse, her words echoing Liora's journey. A healer, Zara, healed through navigation metaphors, her presence a bridge to new lands. Together, they formed a council of navigators, each mentoring others, their stories weaving a tapestry of true norths. The movement grew international. Ships carried Liora's journal to cities like Luminara and Ember Ridge, sparking navigation circles worldwide. X-posts trended #Silent Compass, with users sharing their own true norths, freedom, art, love, fueling a 2025 mental health wave. Tidehaven became a pilgrimage site, its beacon a global symbol. Liora and Torin traveled, guiding remote communities, their bond a compass for others. Soren and Mara's school trained sailors for humanitarian missions, while Selene led youth to chart uncharted emotional seas. Decades later, as global unrest rose, wars, climate shifts, Tidehaven's legacy shone. Liora, now elderly, faced a final shadow, fear of her work fading. In meditation, the figure merged fully, saying, "Your north is eternal." She passed the tarnished compass to a global council, its needle glowing for all. Seachart Haven, a sprawling academy, hummed with navigators from every shore, their maps a mosaic of humanity's true norths. Liora and Torin, frail but radiant, watched from the cliffs, the sea a symphony of purpose, feeling Jung's truth. The one thing for the heart's true north is navigating the silent compass, a tale to guide the world. The end.